GM.
Okay, in with round one. So I'm going to try to concentrate on the game, so I won't be looking at the chat while I'm playing, just in case you guys tell me great moves to play as well. You don't want me cheating and getting thrown out, do you now? And we're going to start off with my favourite opening, the Dutch. And we're playing a FIDE master from Russia. And one thing I've learned is not to underestimate people according to their grade. You might think, oh, only 2294. But some of these guys can play fantastically well, and this is something, yeah, we just know. So this position I've had probably more on move 9 than nearly any other position at all. And the whole point of this is to play e5. And if you've watched my streams before, you will know that this is something I've had multiple occasions. So he's going to try to meet that with some e4 idea. And when he plays e4, we will have to figure out what the best solution is. Now, I could take and try to come in here, or I could go f4. Both of these ideas look pretty critical. So takes, and if he takes here, and then if he moves his rook, I go here. But takes knight here is probably a better idea. And then I've got to find a move, and I should know this position, but I don't. But I don't think this is necessarily the best move. So why am I playing it? I don't know. But the idea is, you know, I expect critical as e5, but actually this is not very good what I've done. Why have I done this? I thought that I could get time. If I can get time to play bishop e6, I'm very happy. And you may have seen me had this structure a lot of times before, but now I'm getting quite scared of e6. And I should not have played this way. And he's effing played it as well. And the reason I'm scared of that is, well, I thought I had bishop here, but this exchange doesn't really achieve a great deal. And this is a real problem for my guy here. So I can try rook f6 or bishop f6. And looking at rook f6, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is the way to play. Still very complex, but I'm just not very happy with my decision, because I want to get my rook either lined up against his king, or I want to get rid of this pawn, and maybe there's still a threat of bishop b4 winning material. But this move kind of scares me, because I've got a little bit of unraveling to do. I mean, if I manage to get my bishop in front of the pawn there, very happy. I know this from experience. This one's a bit more complex. I mean, I don't know if I'm worse. The general idea is to swing the queen over here, swing the rook over and checkmate. Sunday, Monday, happy days. Dun, 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 dun. Now, if you remember that, you're probably my age. If you don't know what the hell I'm singing, then you missed out on the Fonz. You must know who the Fonz is. You must know who's the Fonz. Zen Monkey. There you are. The Fonz, my friend. The Fonz. I mean, maybe this position is okay for me, but it scares me, this stuff, right? And okay, so my opponent has played a move defending there. Now, can I put my bishop here, or do I swing over as so? Wesley so. I think this move first seems correct. I'm not calculating deeply, but I felt if my bishop goes here, he might have this pawn coming on attacking my queen. And as I've discussed, the queen coming to this square is generally something I very much want to play. So can we do it now? Is he going to go rook here? I don't think he can, because I think I'd take his bishop. I mean, again, okay, so I'm very happy he's retreated. And now this move looks correct, right? Again, he's going to hit me with this at the end, so it's a little bit annoying. I could go here. Very complicated, isn't it? Maybe I should go here first. Now, I don't have any threats apart from this, but then e7's coming now. This is always the slight problem. I guess I can take on h3, but not sure. I'm not sure about some of my moves. I'm not warming up well at the moment. Is there any threats against this king? I don't think there is, really. I mean, maybe I play f3. But is bishop b4 a threat? I just don't know if it is. Even if I take here, he feels like he hasn't got to play. Maybe I should put my knight on e7 and try to get my rook out like this. But I'm very worried about him going e7 when I play that. So bishop here. Okay, so now his queen has voluntarily moved away. But it's just my pieces are not doing what I would require them to do, really. So, again, if I move this, I mean, if my knight come in and get my bishop to b7, maybe? Is there anything happening? Okay, let's throw the knight in. And put some pressure on him like this. He's trying to exchange queens. That's a bit annoying. I didn't want him to do that. He's got this check. Can I avoid exchanging queens? I don't really enjoy exchanging queens, but I don't think so. I have to exchange queens here. And again, the position is very weird, but this pawn is so flipping annoying, right? I have to try and get rid of it. So let's try and gang up on it as much as can be. But my position is creaking. It's just creaky, creaky, creaky. One pawn I need to try and win. Now I've got g6 here. I'm going to play it quickly. Looks so scary for me. Okay, now he's coming to defend this pawn. I'm down a time as well. Fuck it like a bucket. This is correct. I want to try to... Okay. Obviously a bit of a scramble. That's not a good move. Why do I do that? It's a nothing move. Sorry, I'm going into hyperdrive, and we just got there in the end, and some little complications that occurred. But that was, well, okay. We got the win. Let's not worry about it. Let's not worry how we got there. We got there. Cheers to the trip. Take a trip with the ginger. And look at that, my screen goes all fuzzy. I'm sure I need to get this camera sorted out here. I've got such a small office that it's very hard to get things right. But a win is a win. What was going on there? Was that all right? I mean, was I don't know if I would... I expect I was worst at some point, but it was just a very complicated game. So let's have a look what the computer says around here. So first of all, I think the first key moment occurred when he played e4. And again, if you've seen my games before, you will know that I've had this kind of position loads of times before. Now, it felt that f4 was very risky, but even though the computer is giving it, and let's bear in mind this computer doesn't know anything, it's not God, you know, this is not computer God #1, so let's not, you know, let's not worship it as it is a god. And f4 is actually now, look at that, considered one of the best moves. I can't believe it. But, oh, I know what the bloody hell I should have done. After take, should I have gone bishop e7 straight away? So f4, maybe it's okay. Now, if he doesn't take this one, I'm going g5, and I'm laughing out of my backside. So, and you don't want to see that. So he has to take. And the computer is saying what I played is okay. Amazing. It's probably going to give some line where I grab this rook, which just didn't feel right to me. So let's have a look. He has to play e5, correct? And I think he has to stop my bishop getting here. Any other move, my bishop comes here. And I've had this kind of position before where your queen swings over and then you mate them over there. So it's all right. So e6 is a good move, whatever the computer says. And now it says it's about even. And it says I should first swap off this one and then go rook f6. And of course, that makes so much more sense. Because one of the issues I had, okay, my bishop is pretty much screwed. It ain't one happy piece. But my knight wants to come to e7. And this bishop was very strong. So bishop f6 and then play the rook out much better. This didn't seem right. It's still vastly complicated. And it's just a mess. But it didn't seem right. And again, bishop b4, you can see it's not even one of the computer's top moves because even if I do win the exchange, something dodgy is going to happen to me. So this seems right. And let's go on a little bit. My queen comes in, knight g1, and we have, again, a very weird position. If I can just get these guys into the game, I am laughing. And I actually played the top move here, rook g6. And now my opponent moved the queen here. And again, maybe I'm liking this b6 idea and getting the bishop here. This is something that I could have certainly tried. Knight here, not so sure. And now he did play, he's playing well, isn't he, as well, up to this point. Okay, the queen's come off. I was a bit disappointed, but otherwise his queen comes in there. Don't want to allow that. And this position, well, I'm trying at least to take the pawn, so it's all right. And, well, okay, he's certainly a bit better here. He's played very well up to this point, so there's no surprise. And he's only, well, I say he's better. He's a little bit better. This is all good. Now, I wanted to play b6, but I didn't want to... this is the logic of my thinking. I wanted to get this bishop here, which looked quite good, but I didn't want to trap my bishop on the other side of this pawn. So I wanted to move my rook first, and then move my bishop here, trying to coordinate everything. And he misses now the opportunity to play knight f5. And that seems like one tactical move which would have given him a sizable edge, to be fair. But with shorter time, easy to miss this one. And I think I'm, again, generally all right here. It's pretty in the balance. This seems all right. And he played another good move, playing very well. This move, I was just panicking. And I just played the first move I could think of. And he should start forcing my knight away. But now he just blundered here. I'm all right, but I'm not better. And it's he who makes the last blunder who loses. And he played this one. And after this, he's losing a piece. So actually, very, very close game, that one. And just the one thing, I think, if I ever get this again, this opening, because I get it so many times, it's worth knowing what to do. And e4 is quite a decent idea. I can play f4, but after everything comes up, I'll get rid of that bishop. Now, let me just have a look what happens if I take here, because this is also quite an interesting way of playing. Okay, we're in with the next round, so let's. We've got double blacks, quite annoying. I don't know why it always gives me double blacks, this bloody computer. We're playing some German geezer who probably knows how to play chess. And I've got to remember my theory in this line. Okay, I had this against him before. Now, can I take here? I know this is a reverse Vienna, but I'm trying to remember some trippy little lines that... okay, this is not... Okay, we'll stick with the normal stuff that I've had before. This is a reverse Vienna. And queen here check is possible. And I think we can come out with g6 and knight to f6 there. And it gets extremely complex. Don't know the theory, but I'm hoping my esteemed opponent doesn't either. I'm hoping he doesn't go there because it gets a bit complicated. I'm not really up for that. I don't really want to get complicated. This is a move I actually played. I had this position, I think, against Hungarian player Almasi, 2700, when I played him in Isle of Man, and it was very interesting. I'm just trying to remember. It's been a while since I've done this, so I think this is very interesting. This is, I think, this is what I played against Almasi. You sacrifice a pawn, but again, we do the same maneuver, that Dutch maneuver that we played in the last game. We swing our queen here and we try to checkmate. So probably something like knight d5 is what Almasi played at the right moment. So I'm gonna continue with this one, and we're gonna continue with this plan. Now knight d5 must be a key move at the right moment. When didn't expect this. I mean, I guess we should continue as such. My queen wants this square anyway because of, you know, I can see his resistance to castling, because he could get in a world of pain. So he wants to castle this way. Now, is there some threat here to take something? I'm not sure. If I take knight takes, do I have a good move? Is the other thing. Knight takes. can't see a great move there. Bishop d8. I mean, it feels like there should be something pretty decent here for me, but I'm not seeing it at the moment. I mean, is this move completely mad? Or do I just defend my pawn? I'm playing far too slowly again. I mean, I want to play here, but bishop takes, and I mean, do I get enough counterplay there, or is it just a load of absolute shit? I think the latter is probably okay. I'm going to take here because at least I get some bishops, right? As hopefully compensation. And your castle's queenside, of course. And now I've allowed this, but yeah, maybe I missed the critical moment. Maybe there was something. It felt like there was something there, but I couldn't see it. I just, you know, to be fair. Now here, this move is annoying, right? I mean, it's. Otherwise, this is my idea all along. Put the bloody rook there. But I'm kind of thinking, hang on a minute. What happens if he just whips it off? Which is like frustrating. Okay, I'm going to stop that pawn because Harry's a bastard. Here, queen here, and he takes the pawn. Okay, well, it's slightly different now because I do have the opportunity to take there with check. Given the chance. So I want to try and get my bishop to this square, you see. And load up against these guys over here. So this is like my whole thought process. Get the bishop here. So I expect he'll go bishop g5, opening up the h-file. I have sacked a pawn for this, and he's not doing that. Is he really going to come down here? I think he is, right? Which is quite an outrageous way to play. Maybe just a very good way to play. Yeah, I didn't ever get quite enough from this, have I? I haven't got quite enough. Do I have to play this? Well, with time ticking, it's not a move I want to play, that's for sure. But what else could I have done? And the compensation is severely lacking. So, yeah, okay. This is a real struggle, this one. I never got quite enough, did I? I feel. We're still throwing some moves about, but we're 2 pawns down, and it's a lot of pawns against a quality act like this. So we'll have a look at this afterwards, because there was probably, again, as you get in these games, 1 or 2 key moments where I may have had some opportunity. And again, this little okay, now he takes over here. This is just terrible, but our position was gone anyway by this stage. Okay, this little idea just coming to b7, it's such a fucker idea. One threat, but my king is also not extremely happy with what I'm doing to it. You can always swap off queens, worst case scenario, which I don't think he'll want to do because he's probably looking for a kill here, and now some idea like this is certainly going to kill me, I feel, but we'll let him finish me off because he's played very well. And there's a rook check. I have to go here. Sure, there's a checkmate, but again, let's let him finish me. I've got a checkmate on the board if I get one more move, but there we go. How do we resign? Okay, so yeah, so he played very well there. So all credit to my opponent. He played very well. But let's just see if I ever got any chances, because it felt like I maybe missed one chance during that game in what was quite a tough game, this sacrificial line. So let's just go to the key moment where, first of all, we had this position. So, okay, well, this is all right. And now here. So this is probably the first key moment. And already it gives him quite a substantial advantage. And it says I should take there and then play my bishop to d8. So, but he's still nice advantage to white there. He has a tough opponent. He played very well. I don't mind playing tough opponents, but it's like you've got to take your chances. And I don't know if I had any chances, but this was the first key moment. I kind of felt if I don't find a good move here, I played all normal moves, but maybe this opening is just shit. Maybe it is just like I played a crap opening. My opponent's played a very good game. That is life, right? That is life. But I couldn't see a good move here, and I ended up playing maybe top choices. But yeah, I mean, maybe I've already gone wrong. Is there something else I should do here? Bishop b3. Well, it gives queen e8. And it looks like my opponent's just played this very strong move. So here, if I take straight away, and after this, bishop h4, really? That looks like nonsense to me. If I play here now, could this be better? This looks like a better try, because I can. The thing I missed is I might just take that one there rather than going for his king. This idea of going queen g6 is much stronger when he's committed his king. When I have something to look at and try to take down, like, you know, I can line my queen up over there, so that's all right. But when the king's not on that side of the board, this is much less effective. So again, all I'm trying to do, and all of you guys should do this at home, is, you know, you lose a game, you should certainly like think, where did I go wrong? Why did I lose that game? Because you don't want to make the same mistake twice. So if I ever faced by this bishop d5 in future, this doesn't look too bad for black. I mean, I'm not saying it's great, but if I just take that one immediately, and maybe my only mistake in the game was in actual fact playing queen g6 here, which is a very normal move. But let's see if there's any other opportunities later on. I don't think I did have many. Now I wanted to play my knight to g4, but I just don't think there's any tactics available here. I think he can just take on e4, and I'm not getting any tactics, as the computer confirms. So taking on d5, at least getting the bishop pair, I thought might offer me something. But if I have to give the bishop back, I'm not convinced. And after this, well, his knight is so strong. And okay, I aim to swap that knight off, but I'm not really getting any chances. And I think I'm just, I think his level of accuracy must be incredibly high. And I missed this one half chance. And okay, we can have a look a little bit more. This was an excellent move coming into b7. Excellent. So yeah, I can't be too annoyed with that last game, because my opponent just played very well, right? Let's get back into the mix. I've got white. Whoa! Makes a nice change. Well, if I got black again, then there's definitely some bloody conspiracy going on. Let's wheel out the Jabarva London for the shits and for the giggles. And I know Blair was telling me what to do if the queen had come there. Do I go here now? This is the new line, isn't it? This is what we are featuring in the Jabarva London Part 2, boys and girls. So me and Blair have actually been working on this. So if I now lose with this, I will be very annoyed. And the point is, we want to take here, I think, but I wish my memory is better. So he comes back, and then we do some stuff over here. Do I bring that? I can't remember my bloody stuff. How embarrassing is that? Or do we punt over here? Oh my God, my memory is like a sieve. I'm going to play, I can't remember, I'm going to play here. Blair in the chat's probably, oh my God, we looked at this the other day, Simon. And I think this is our new idea, isn't it? That we actually go here and we push these guys and we take with the pawn, because we get this nice grip and we have a lot of fun. So this is actually what we just looked at a couple of days ago and we recorded. So never mind my nonsense. I'm sure this is pretty similar. And it's a fun position. And let's push now with g4 and make it as fun as can be. He's going to castle queenside, understandable. So do we go here already? And where do I put this knight as well? He's played it quite well. I mean, okay, this feels natural, but e5's actually quite annoying, because this bishop is starting to open up. I don't like this one, actually. Okay, I'm going to go here. I really want to get hold on this move. I don't want this bishop to open up. This is the thing. So can I stop that bishop opening up? This feels very risky. Opponent's playing very well today. It's a sort of a bit of a fucker when they do that, and they play well, isn't it? Why can't they just play shit? This bishop seems a little bit funny as well. Now that I've put it here, do we just make exchanges? No, I don't know. It's a weird position. I'm going to drop this back, but who knows? Maybe now c5 is an issue. Okay, so he still can't move that pawn. And I want to take and go f4, I thought. But I'm going to give my rook somewhere to move to. Because again, this is scary. But c5 is worrying me. Here. Okay, so he's trying to concentrate over on this side, which doesn't worry me as much. Taking away the opportunity of playing f4, but I think I need to collect these rooks. And let's line that one up against this queen. The one thing I've got going for me is the problems that I am giving to his queen in many of these positions. But, you know, this position, probably need to get my knight to e3. Bring it around as such. f4, interesting idea as well. Yeah, I like f4 because I give him a passed pawn, but I kind of want to consolidate that. I'm not too... Okay, he's coming this way, but f3 or f4, which is the correct move to play? Maybe f3 is... I don't know, play that and I kind of grimace. Very interesting position. I think we have already here. He can't come here, I think, because my knight comes into c5. I'm trying to sort of make things happen in the center, but my knight doesn't feel good either. I want him to close it down. And if I take, queen takes. Okay, so now I kind of thought I might play this move anyway, because I wanted to defend g5 so I could start bringing this knight into play. Now what do I do? Well, let's keep it closed over there. Getting a rook to h7 is certainly a plan in this kind of position. Do we play this now? I think we can play this here. Nibbling away. I've got to start moving a little bit quicker. Okay, well, that's where I wanted my knight, so let's be consistent at least. And still very much in the balance, this position, right? Still very much in the balance. It feels like his break is c5. How do I make progress here, guys? c3 at the right stage? Well, c5, my rook's going to come in, so he's bringing this one here. So let's break with c4. Get this knight back around. Okay. And again, very slow, aren't I? Very slow. Ah. Well, I'm going to shut up now because I just can't do two things at once. Yeah, this is annoying. Twenty-three seconds to find that move. I think he's made a slight mistake there, possibly. I don't know. Let's get this rook back to where it's not actually doing much over on h7, so I'm trying to bring it where it might be more happy. And who's pressuring who at this moment? Well, I've got a little bit of temporary pressure here for sure. But he's playing very well as well. Rook here. Oh, hello. I'll come in. Shit, was it not a good move here? Can I take here? Nope. Oh, Simon, move. Oh, I can't think of a move. He's got a bit of pressure, hasn't he? I should have gone there last move. Why did I do that? Fuck a duck. Or rook takes. Knight takes. I mean, knight takes is better. Yeah. It. Let's push. It's moving so quickly. It's annoying. Okay. Oh God, what's happening here? Maybe getting to a draw, right? Oh, I'm not very good at thinking when I am short of time. Still some chances, but well, it's a dead draw, but at least we've got to make him prove his technique a little bit, which he should better do extremely easily. He's not doing the right thing entirely here, because now he's got to, he's got to be a bit careful. He's playing very quickly, but he's got to be very careful here. Actually, his technique has been very poor. And we've got a winning position. We build the bridge now. Grandmaster technique at its finest, I think you'll find. If I can remember how to finish this off. Shit, what do we do now? Check and then move behind, yeah? This is it. Then here. And then here, and here, and we win. And then, oh shit, what the fuck? Oh God, what have I done there? What have I done, Simon? What have I done? Oh, my technique with the time going is terrible. Oh, I'm freaking out with the time. Oh man. Oh no. Oh God, I couldn't. What? Oh, Simon, your technique there. I just needed a couple more seconds to think. Oh, how did I not win that? Oh, you idiot. Oh. Okay, so Jesus, I had it perfectly positioned here, and I just when the clock, and I was just kept looking at my 5 seconds and playing a move, and then I got worried about the yeah, I mean rook a5 is the way to do it. Then I got worried about my time, but I should know how to win this without any yeah, rook to the a file is the way to win it, clearly. Put the rook there and you hide the king, which I know. I kept looking at the 5 seconds and I kept thinking, is this a is this a free fold? I'll just play a move, and then I thought I'd tricked him in some way at the end, but my brain went to jelly. So we've got to win this game to get basically back to a plus score. If we win this, we get to 2.5 out of 2.5 out of 4, so which is not too bad. But yeah, I mean that last game, it was my opponent played very well. To you know, all credit to him. He did play well in that game. And I'm just trying to think about. I play this system as white, so I should know it. But I think this positionally, if I can play a couple of moves, be all right. But maybe I won't get the opportunity to do that. So anyway, important game now. I really got to win this one to get to a plus score going into the next stage. Then we should be fully warmed up, no excuses, and we got to reverse the Bovnik there in the position. Now even this move I don't think is stupid, right? At all. because my dart squares are very nice. I'm going to play this move. I know it doubles my pawns, but actually I love this bishop and I love this square. So maybe my pawn is quite good because it stops his knight coming in. So I think this is probably okay. I think I've got to play a little bit quicker. I'm even slower today than I normally am, which is saying quite a lot. Now, can we just come in and try to pick up a pawn, the C pawn, with pressure along these diagonals? Looks right. Oh, don't mouse slip. Let's pick up that pawn. And the two bishops looking very, very nice now. And as I say, the reason I'm playing this is because this is a very nice little position for my bishop. Now, knight here, bishop b3. Bishop b3 important, but I don't want to encourage his rook to come in until it really like matters. We got this move there, but let's just wait until it's all right. I mean, now even swapping off here I think makes a lot of sense, but again this pawn could be weak. I've got bishop d4. I'm going to get my bishop now here just so he hasn't got knight a4. Knight a4 was a bit annoying. Well, he can go knight a4 anyway. No, he can't. That's why I put the bishop there. Am I going mad? Yes, Simon, you are. Right, okay, back to this. Now rook here, everything okay, rook here. Let's keep it simple, or a4 better. Rook here takes, and the back rank looks bad. Okay, let's keep it simple. Go for exchanges. And I'm hoping that some check down here could also be problematic for him. Do I throw this in now, or do I take the pawn? Let's take the pawn. And now I'll play for this. And I was hoping that I'd be doing very well here, but he does have king here. But this is still certainly a move that I should be playing because he's all pinned up. But it's a weird position because it's not. Okay, so is this very good for me? So he can't move his knight because I take there. And the two bishops are just romping, I think. So I think this is good because now I am picking this one up. So he might be able to go okay, I take with the rook, then he moves his knight. And he gets some chances to defend the ending. We've got to play, yeah, this is definitely the best move. So I think I take with the bishop because I take here. And he moves his knight to f4. Okay, but then I'm on e4. So let's do it this way. Let's keep pressure up. Oh, I kind of missed this obvious move. Okay, I'm gonna have some hard work to win this. Like the last rook ending, because I could even have 4 versus 3. I don't want that. I need to keep a passed pawn to win this. So okay, but if I just take here, are we going to be 2 pawns up? 2 pawns up is too much in the ending, and this should be pretty easy now. Well, I say easy. We gotta still convert, but as soon as my king starts coming to support this pawn, my rook cuts his king off, so it should be fairly straightforward. I don't think I need to move these pawns. My king is going to be very good. I like to get my rook behind my passed pawn. This is the ultimate solution. You get your rook behind the passed pawn, and once you do that, then there's really nothing your opponent can do. So is his rook going to get back in time? I don't think it will do. So I think I can give him this pawn. And does the rook go behind now? I don't think we need to quite yet. We can keep pushing. And now the rook comes behind. And the way we're going to win this is... Okay, he's punting a move, but he's completely lost there. So we take that one. Okay, we managed to win an ending, thankfully. That was maybe a little bit too smooth. Oh, just build the bridge. Don't bring up the last game, Visual Beats. What are you trying to do? Give me some shakes again. Don't need your damn shakes. That was karma. That's the way we got to play chess. Give me some more CBD infused drinks. Just put it in my vein and give it to me. It's alright. That was alright. Let's just concentrate on that ending rather than the last one, yeah? Let's forget about that other crappy ending. I mean, well, I can't forget about it. As every Russian schoolboy, in Russia, they teach you that ending when you're like 5 years old. And if you couldn't win it when you're 7 years old, you would literally get kicked out of school. You get kicked out of school. You get kicked out of school. They'd be like, sorry, you ain't got a chess career. Get the fuck out of here, my friend. Go and become I don't know, whatever they do instead. Right. Now, I need to use the little boys' room. Let's have a look at the scores on the doors. We're on 2.5 out of 4. I've been on worse scores. And we're gonna come with a roll now. Have some faith. Have some faith. Have some faith. I know the Luciana is a win, you muppet. I said build the bridge. I just got short of time and freaked out. Don't wind me up. So I'm gonna go and use the little boys' room. And you can stare at Hikaru being #1 for a change. How about that? Be back in a second. Okay, right. So on 4 out of 4, many familiar names. Obviously Hikaru. I mean, it is remarkable, isn't it? Just how Hikaru can win so many of these events. I mean, we all know how strong Hikaru is. Only really to be bettered by Magnus Carlsen at Blitz. But time and time again, he wins Title Tuesday, and it's so hard to win this event. You know, winning it over 11 rounds is an incredible achievement. So, remarkable. But, you've got a real mix of top players. Daniel Naroditsky, we see down there. One of my favourite players, Timur Graev, Dubov there, Jabarva. These are some players. I mean, it's just great name after great name in the mix here. Let's just wait and see. There's a break after round 4 and round 8 to make sure no one is cheating. We've had 3 blacks now, so I should expect to get the white pieces in the next game. Otherwise it'd be a little bit depressing, right, to not get white. We really want the white pieces. Someone's mentioning that Giri has beaten Magnus Carlsen. I haven't looked at any of the games today. I saw Giri's brilliant victory yesterday. Now it's really a towel-like crushing against Gukesh, I think it was. Brilliant game. Giri's actually one of the most exciting players to watch. I really like watching Giri. In other good news for me, this is for me. I've just booked my flights to Reykjavik. It's the one tournament a year I play. And now, I don't know, do we have anyone from Iceland in the chat? Was there anyone from Iceland in the chat at all? It'd be cool if there was, because I've been to Iceland a number of times. and the tournament starts on a Wednesday, and I'm flying in on the Monday. So I was looking at Google Maps. So I basically fly in on a Monday, and I have like a day and a half to like look around Iceland. Not long. And I was looking on Google Maps at Iceland, as you do. And I was like, someone tell me if the game starts, by the way. Oh, I probably won't know. And I was like, right, okay, there's Iceland. Now I do drive, and I fly in to basically around here, and Reykjavik's there. Where can I drive in Iceland for a day that could be fun? Now, before, I drove all the way down here, follow the mouse, around here, and I ended up over here. But that took me quite a while. Just make sure the games haven't started. So I was looking at random things to do, and I thought, well, I've got a whole day. Where can I go? I got a camper van last time, just slept in the back of the camper van. And I thought maybe we'd go north. So I thought, okay, I've got a day. So if I arrive into this place around here at 3 p.m, I can hire a car and I can just drive up here. So I thought, okay, so I'm going to drive up here. And I thought, you know what I thought looked nice? I thought this little bit here looked nice, right? Because that is the most northern pretty much place. And it's quite near Greenland. So I thought, oh, okay, somewhere like there, maybe we can head to there. And I looked at things to do. And it seemed like around here they have the Reykjavik Witchcraft Museum. Not Reykjavik, the Icelandic Witchcraft Museum. I said, that sounded pretty funky. So let's go there. So I think we're going to head up somewhere around here. And then we're going to keep driving as far as we can go until we run out of time. Have a look at some weird stuff and then drive back. Why not visit the national park? Well, I've been around this bit before. So I've done the bottom, and I've done this bit, and it's all nice, but you can't really go there at all. And I've only got a day, you know. I can't suddenly start tripping around the country in one day. I've got to drive somewhere, look at it, see a mountain or two, and come back. That does look like a long-ass drive, though, doesn't it? That looks like a long-ass drive. I have to admit, that does look like maybe too far to go. So I'm not sure. Never Dime says he's done the top because the ferry arrives in Far East. So what, the ferry? Where'd you get the ferry from that arrives there? It doesn't seem like there's anything over there. Faroe Islands? Did you get the ferry there? Is that where you come from? Maybe. Where did you arrive? Denmark. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. That's interesting. So you got the ferry. So I'm just like looking at it a little bit. Then you got the ferry from there to there. Wow, that looks pretty cool. That looks like a lot of fun. That looks like a cool ferry. Thank you, anyone who's subscribing. Yeah, so I don't know, but Iceland's like a really magical country. I mean, it was the best trip I did actually was going to Iceland and getting one of the best trips and getting a camper van. And I have to say, if you ever go there, my favourite place was probably, I mean, I went all along here and it was just magical, the whole thing, just on my own. But there was a really cool place near Vic. Let's see if I can find it. Just making sure the game hasn't started. So one of my favourite places, I drove down here and I got to Vic and there was a mountain basically. Is it this place? Maybe it's this place. Is this a mountain? Viking Park, Iceland? I don't think that was it, because there was nothing around at all except for this mountain. I can't really... Black sands around here. Not sure it was the cave. Maybe it was here. Maybe it was like here. I'm just making sure the game hasn't started. Maybe it was here or something. And I think it's where they film a lot of Star Wars. There was a big, massive mountain. And... I walked up this mountain, but I can't really see the mountain now, so I think it's around there. And I walked up this mountain to the top, and there was this thing on the top, and it was quite cool because it's like ice. Basically, Irish settlers came to this mountain 1,000 years, well, not 1,000 years ago, 600 years ago, and they lived here. And then it was it was just really magical. But I think it was around there. But we don't have anyone from Iceland in the chat, right? No Icelandic people. I can't believe it. Don't you have pictures of that mountain? I do have pictures of the mountain. I don't know when I went there. It's probably like 6 years ago or so. But it's called the Haunted Mountain as well. And I got there at night time, about 2 o'clock. I'll tell you quite a funny story actually. So I arrived down here at 2 o'clock, and I shit you not, when you get here at 2 o'clock, there's nothing around really at all. Like this hotel, there's maybe a hotel, but there's nothing around at all. And I saw this nice mountain out to sea, pretty much. And I thought, all right, I had this campfire, and I thought, I'm just gonna like chill out by this mountain. Had a bottle of wine in the back, so I'll go down this little side road. There's nothing around. Open the bottle of wine, drink that, look at the mountain, chill out. I went on my phone. It said the Haunted Mountain. I thought, okay, a little bit scary, but adds to the excitement. And I haven't seen any cars for about an hour, but then behind me, this car, I see this light, and I thought that's weird because there's no cars around here. And I was down this real side track for about maybe a half a mile. So no, I went off road a little bit, and this car at 2 o'clock in the morning, just when I was about to pass out, parked up behind me. Okay, we've got another game here. We've got a strong player here. Maybe I should tell a story later. And it freaked me the hell out. And I basically thought, this guy is either going to kill me or rape me and then kill me. And that thought freaked me out a little bit. So I drove off, and then he started following me. And I thought, this is just weird. I got to a campsite. This car even drove in the campsite, and there was no one at this campsite. And it was just very peculiar. But I survived. But it was weird that this, this thing had occurred. Okay, I better concentrate. So we're playing. Who is this? This is someone good, obviously. Another 2900 from Russia. Who is this guy? And yeah, I mean, luckily I didn't get raped or killed or then raped. It was luckily, yeah. Okay. Can we sacrifice this pawn? Maybe. Maybe, I don't know. Let's do it anyway, right? Right, I really need to concentrate now. So, it kind of feels like this kind of might be some theory, but let's bring the queen over here. I've sacrificed this pawn. Generally, I don't mind sacrificing pawns, but am I going to get enough for it? I don't know. If we take this now, take the pawn back, do we just go a3 and see what he does? Because I'm a bit slow. I'm not sure I approve of the way I'm playing this, but this is kind of annoying for his king. That's my one hope. And if I can get these guys out, I mean, I don't know, this knight coming here and this bishop here, then we will then really start getting through to his king. We can't castle this way, and castling that way is obviously risky. So let's bring this knight out. I think b3 looks like an okay square for it, because I can win this pawn back. Then I can win it now, of course. I've got queen g4 hitting this pawn, but I think the simple plan of coming around makes the most sense at the moment. I could also bring the knight to f1, and you come this way with the knight. That's a well-known idea. So rook d1, knight f1, knight g3. But it's more important, I think, for him to figure out what's he going to do next. What is he going to do next? Because if he castles, I checkmate in one move. Castle! Castle! So is he really going to castle this way? I doubt it. So now that he might go this way with his king, I'm going over here. Okay, so he's I think I should probably keep it open, right? And again, he can castle now. I'm hoping there might be some threats against here. This is probably a very good move. And suddenly my knight looks stupid because yeah, okay, this is a good move. This is a good move. Now if I go check, is that like a tripping on acid move? Probably. This is annoying. This is annoying. Takes. takes, rook d8 or castles. I don't like it. Rook d8, bishop here, e5. And we're just losing a piece. Really don't want to move the knight back here for obvious reasons. So, don't like this at all at the moment again. Why am I always get such shit positions at the openings on against these guys. They're always getting me in little lines I don't bloody know. Because here, knight here, and it's just a horrendous position. Oh dear. I honestly just can't think of a move now. This is my main problem. I can't see any way to keep the game going in this position. It's quite remarkable, really. Okay, I'm going to play this because, well, I mean, what else to do? I mean, it might misplace his king. Then I have to bring the bishop back here again. But knight e5, I can take here. I can't see any other move to play apart from this check. Now king f8. Well, I'm going to bring it back just because I need to play some moves quickly. And he found this good f5 move. This f5 move was very, very clever that my opponent played. And the problem is he's very well situated in the middle of the board. So yeah, this is all looking very scary, of course. Queen's on pre. Have to move it. Haven't got time to really think. Still complex, obviously, because of I'm not worried about losing a pawn. I mean, it's gone way past that moment. And I say that and then I lose it. I'm like, oh god, it's a pawn. And we just got to try and create threats. Very complex scenario. I mean, I don't know if this is so bad for me even. Probably is, right? Okay, yeah, must be really bad for me. Oh fuck. Okay, and again, as soon as I get short time, it's I blunder. Okay, again, it's quite a tough game. That I mean, was where again this opening. It's I had a chat with David Howell about this, and I didn't bother to follow up on what he said, but I do remember him saying that there's some Queen E2 move that's quite interesting. Now, after pawn takes here, I guess you have to take here and just play the isolated pawn position. This kind of e4 move looked reasonably interesting. Maybe there's other ways to sacrifice, but the computer just suggests taking here with the pawn, which is very, very sensible. But let's see how it goes. So obviously this is still unclear. I know it goes in my opponent's favor, but getting a pawn here can be very dangerous. And I just got worried about knight b4 now. a3 was again a very insipid kind of move, but let's continue. So here, a3, and it's kind of like interesting because it's very, very slow. The computer hates this, but it's quite hard for him to castle, and obviously this is the kind of problems you can get into when you don't know the theory in proper ways. So if we go bishop e7, let's see if we had any chances later on. So my position is certainly getting better, and now he does play this f5 move, which is very good. This is why he put the queen here, so I'm not taking on e6. That was a good decision. And well, queen d5 was an excellent move as well. And I fought for too long here. In actual fact, knight bd2 might again be okay. I don't really believe it. I suppose my bishop comes back this weird way. So bishop g6, well, it complicates matters, and then we come back because it felt like, I mean, maybe I should leave my bishop there. Probably should leave my bishop there and just bring the knight back, but okay. It got, I think, quite intriguing later on, in actual fact. So I'm not too worried about losing this pawn. And it felt like I should have something here, and I do. The computer just, again, yeah, the natural move, bringing it this way. I was looking at getting the knight here, and I wanted to get my bishop out. So my eyes got drawn to this knight, but just coming towards the center, you can actually see all of a sudden, this this is very dangerous for him. Actually, you've got a very big attack here. Okay, so this is still quite intriguing because, well, it looks scary, but when I get down to 24 seconds, it goes to mush, and I think that was probably the last mistake, right? So maybe again you just miss one move against these guys, and you don't really get a chance to recover. One move is all it takes. And well, another bad mistake here, but we'll just double check that there was no. Okay, well, we're on to the next one. But yeah, okay, so again, strong players playing strong moves. It's kind of not that surprising, but we are on 2.5 out of 5 now. Yeah, we need to win the next 3. I think I'll go for something a little bit different from the Dutch. It's nice to mix it up. This is called the English defense. It can be quite fun. You get some exciting positions. And we now play f5, and it's an old idea of Britain's first ever Grandmaster used to play this, Tony Miles, and the whole point is you play this crazy ass move. So this is the kind of shit that I want, some good gambit start. And now the knight comes here. He can take all my pawns, but we're starting to like think of ideas of bringing the queen out here. And this bishop can come into the game quickly. I can castle quickly. If he takes another pawn, I get another piece developed. So it's an interesting gambit variation, this one. But yeah, we need to win the next 3 games, and then I'll be happy going into the last segment of the competition. So 3 out of 3 is a must. Absolute must, I think. So let's start with this one. And the first threat is queen here, check. This is something he needs to deal with immediately. Now, he might be able to take another pawn. I will develop my knight, and then I'll have 3 pieces developed to 0, which is good, considering my other guys come out. This makes kind of more sense. And maybe I should simply take the pawn back now, because I'm only 1 pawn down, and we create the nibble against here. Now, do we go bishop d3, or do we go check? Or do we do neither and just continue with something sensible like knight c6? Well, I think knight c6, keeping the option there. So he comes on very quickly, and I was kind of hoping, and I will continue by taking this. And now I'm not going backwards, we're going forwards. I mean, we've gambited pawns. We're going to go forwards here. And I can win my pawn back, but it's a little bit disappointing to do that in some respects. I want to keep bringing pieces into the game, like bishop here first. Can we do that? Let's keep playing sacrificial. I want a castle, bring a rook to this one. Okay, we're going to go king f7. And yeah, regretting immediately what I've done now, because my knight's a bit silly. He found a good way to get his king quite safe. Ah, dear. Okay. Come on, Simon, you've got to play better than this. Poor show so far. I mean, knight here, he just takes it. This stupid knight now. Okay, we've also got a5. And if queen f6, this check annoys me. Can I just bring the rook in? Very calm. He's trying to swap off pieces, which makes sense. And I can't. I think I have to go forwards. We don't want to go backwards because I'm still a pawn down. But all right, I could take with a bishop with check, but I've got a lot of pieces hanging. The whole point is if he goes a3, I'm going to go a5 and just leave my knight there. But his knights are now situated on very good squares, so it's not looking good here at all. I mean, how do I get any activity is what I'm trying to find. His knights just blockading everything. Okay, well, we might have to play a5 anyway. Let's do this now. Still a bit complex though, yeah. It's only one pawn. Yeah, and this is another annoying move I was fearful of because my king's starting to be the weaker king now, and he's developed all his pieces. So yeah, I didn't use the best energy in this gambit line, and this is certainly not the kind of move that you want to be playing, right? Running with the king over here. How else to play this? Get the queen to f4, something like this. Okie doke. We'll keep fighting. Bring the bishop back round. And dreams of getting the bishop to this square. Got rid of, well, my opponent has swapped off one of those knights, which is a bit strange that he's done that, because that knight was beautiful there. He didn't need to swap that knight off, and we will certainly come in now with a check, and all of a sudden it's looking, to my eyes at least, very double-edged. Now rook b8 takes, might be okay, but what about I just try to get my queen into this square with the classic smothered mate ideas. I'd love to get another piece lined up against this king, but this looks dangerous for him, no? So king here, and again I'm getting a bit short of time. Is there nothing stronger here? It just feels like there should again be something, but I'm making my job very complicated by playing these they're very hard to calculate variations, and this is anyone's game, isn't it? I mean, this is just completely random at the moment. Oh, I've just dropped a piece when I was talking. Oh, why did I do that? I flicked that one in ridiculously, and thought, yeah, now just bishop d3. Yeah, there's something else there, wasn't there? That would have been a bit better. Okay, and we'd have a look at that gambit line again. Another bad title Tuesday. I can't play the title Tuesdays. It seemed like I got right back in that one, but nothing materialized. So out of the opening must be loads of compensation here, and there is. Okay, it's still in the balance, but bishop d6, just play it like that. Okay, now knight c6, d5, so this is correct, and here again this is correct, so knight here. And my position's not terrible, is it? It's not as bad as I thought here. I thought it was a lot worse. I thought I'd already gone wrong, but I think if I had this in future, putting the bishop on d6 makes more sense. Because this move, well, maybe it helped him. But later on, I'm definitely doing okay. So the knight comes here, knight c3. Okay, still complex position. Bishop c6. Fuck. Wow. Just missed bishop c6. Unbelievable. That's incredible, right? Pawn takes, knight d3. It's so easy when you see it afterwards. I might have missed a... Did I miss a mate later on? I probably did miss a mate later on. I think one of my issues I have in these tournaments is I spend far too much time around this part of the game trying to play perfect moves, and when I get to the critical moments, my calculation is quite slow. I need a bit more time, but when it comes to calculating those mates, I just get a bit too flustered. So I think I need to play quicker at the start in general, which we'll try to do for the rest of the tournament, a bit more natural. And yeah, I mean, just try to focus in when we get to the tactics, and try to be a little bit more cutthroat. But let's have a look. So bishop c6 is an incredible move, very nice move, and the whole point is, if you have to move his queen back, he's lost a lot of time in this key position. And if he takes this one where we have knight d3 check, and the king has to come to one of these two squares, and worst case scenario, I just take this pawn, unreleasing the queen with a check against his king. So that's a very nice variation. Now king f7 certainly feels a bit weird, especially as he can castle, and this kind of underestimated how strong this was, because you know, you look at the knight coming in, you feel your rook's coming here, but you suddenly realize, oh, hang on a minute, I've got nothing. So it's just one move. But let's go forward. So my position is terrible around here, because he's just consolidating every single thing. But as soon as he loses this knight, or decides to move this knight, it's a different ball game. And this is a really bad move, I think. And you can see here that, yeah, I mean, I have ideas. Yeah, of course, rook takes c3. It's so simple now. It's so simple. I was fixing in on this diagonal, which I think is very natural when your time's going down, because you're looking at bringing the knight in, and it develops a piece with check. But the other way to play is to just go for threats on the file rather than diagonal. But okay, this is still all right. And now queen e7 is okay. And now a3. This is where I must have missed something here. And had I had more time here, this is what I was saying, if I had more time, if I moved quicker at the start, I would certainly have hoped to have found the right idea. And it is winning, but only if I find rook b8, which is the kind of move I'd, on a good day, hope to find. This is the only move, rook b8. And the point is, if I go rook b8, well, it's very natural for him to take this one. And then we have some very complex, well, that was very complicated, but all right, so we're on 2.5 out of 6, and we'll keep playing, but I think we're going to change the style of play now. We're going to play a lot quicker at the start, and we're not going to worry so much, and we're just going to try to loosen up a little bit. Just going to try to loosen up. So yeah, so I missed some chances in that game, and I'm going to try to save my time for later on in the game. See if we can calculate better later on. So this is a very exciting way to play against 1e4. It's called the Dragadorf. Let's see where he puts his king. If he's a bit wimpish, he'll go kingside, which is a little bit disappointing when they go there, because I really want them to go queenside, because you get excitement, you get lots of attacking chess. And the first thing I'm thinking of is, can I go knight here? Because they normally play f3, and I probably will take the opportunity to do this, because my knight can always come back here. He's got to work out where to put his bishop. Right, so he goes this way. So knight c6, or is there some other ways we can annoy him here? Queen a5. We've got h6. Queen b6. So a lot of ways we can try to do things here. But let's bring the knight out, because he's lost a bit of control of this square. So I'm going to try to challenge that knight, because if he captures, I bring a pawn towards the center. I open up the b file if he castles that way, etc, etc. And again, I don't think I just don't want to overthink the start of the games now. We're trying to play the rest of this tournament just by doing a bit more flowing with the moves. Hello, John. I hope you're doing all right. Just been raided by, well, a legend of chess, Jonathan Spillman, who would be very ashamed of the way I'm playing some of my previous games. Jonathan got to the semi-final of the World Championships and was one of the real leading players of British chess, and very exciting player. So hello to John. Okay, well, anyway, on with this game. And there's probably two ways I can play. I can play here. I'm going to play it again. I don't want to overthink things. Let's just keep my dark squared bishop and not allow his one to come in. It means I can't castle, but we keep a bit more tension. Now, bishop e6 is interesting. We're going to play it because I want this square, but it does destroy my pawn structure. But if I get my knight here, will that make it worth it? I've got this. If he captures, I'm going to have this really funny clump of pawns. Now if he castles now, can I even grab on h3? That'd be a very cheeky little move. Well, f4 then. So I'm thinking out loud with some of these complications. Now, if he goes f4, obviously my idea is to go knight c4. Didn't really want to move my knight back. Whenever you play a Sicilian, or not whenever, but in the majority of cases, when you play a Sicilian, you will find that getting a knight as black to this square is one of your main middle game ideas. Okay, we'll get the knight to this square now. And we have the two bishops. Should be a comfortable position. Which way does my bishop want to go? I don't know if it matters a great deal. Let me just apply a little bit of pressure on some squares. I was thinking I want to play e5 here, but this is a good move. My bishop's misplaced now. Castles, he wins a piece. So this is a bit annoying, this move. I could go bishop e5. I think I'm going to play e5. Let's again go for the most complex move, but still can't castle. And I'm worried about this pawn, but should be all right. Should still be fine for me. Still, I mean, this position still looks like I don't have any problems. I do have a better pawn structure, and I had the two bishops, so we'll stay confident. f5, a standard plan in this type of position. And swapping queens, I'm really happy to see that. I have to admit, happy to see the exchange of queens coming off. Why am I happy to see that? I mean, well, first of all, I got the option of castling, but I just feel positionally should be better. But he's got some annoying moves which he's playing. Now, can I no, knight c5 comes, so when I say annoying moves, he has got pressure against my central pawns. They're not just taking over the position. So knight here was a threat, I think. Hence why I played this. And I don't really like that move that I played. It doesn't look great. Okay, weird position. Again, if I go here, this pawn's on, isn't it? Weird position, very strange. Just feels like. Oh, it's spending too much time. Okay, let's keep it open. I'm not sure that is correct, but and surely now we can sack the exchange. Okay, let's keep that clump of pawns. Those pawns look lovely, only for an exchange. I want to put my bishop here, but I don't want g4 to occur. A little grimace, because the stuff like this I'm sort of concerned about. Okay, let's get it back to that square where, okay, what's this move, right? It's just speedy. Oh shit. Bishop's looking great. Why don't I go king in? Such a more natural move. Well, this is winning, but it's like, so that move, right? Does that work? Okay, there should be. I mean, the way I'm playing today, should be doesn't mean anything. All right, it's not. That's what it feels like to win a game and get back to the rather crappy 50%. Yeah, I mean, it's more natural when you move quicker. I mean, let's have a look at that. Kind of all right, but kind of all right. It's always annoying whenever you play the dragon. You want a very exciting game, but your opponent castles kingside, and it's like, okay, I've got to play a bit positional. But we will see. We will see. So knight came in here. Knight c6, top move. That's one of the top moves. And yeah, maybe not as good as I thought. This kind of position. h3, playing like a computer. I'm not saying he's a computer. He's clearly not a computer. Bishop e6, good. I'm glad I found that at some point. Oh, don't jump forwards that much. But it was. Let's have a little peek. Yeah, this ending, I kind of thought, oh, I must be doing well here, but it was tricky, wasn't it? Because he just started ganging up against this little guy, and it certainly wasn't as good as I thought. This ending, I thought I must be doing well. Look at these sexy little number, 2 bishops behind him. I just got to slowly move them forwards, and that kind of happened in the end, but maybe more with good fortune. And this is if you start playing moves like bishop f8. Yeah, I mean, like, why am I kidding myself that I can be better here? I can't be. And a move like f4, it really does jump to consideration, open it up. So he played again. My opponent's playing very well today. I mean, it's for at least moments during the game. And knight b6 is what the computer gives, which I'm surprised about. I'm very surprised it says knight b6. I assumed this would happen when I think he's got a slight advantage, but this does give me the opportunity to get this position, which I kind of assessed as being absolutely fine for me. But the move he needs to play, yeah, is rook takes e4. I think that's what we both didn't get to. Okay, well, into the next one, and we haven't played e4 today, so we're just gonna mix it up. Let's put e4 on the table. And we're just going to keep up this not worrying too much at the start, playing a little bit quicker. And, well, there's many interesting ways to play against this. One of my preferred little ways is the wing gambit, where you play b4 after c5. Quite an exciting way to sacrifice a pawn. And you might be thinking, what on earth am I doing? Well, the point is, again, a lot of positions that I play when I want to attack revolve around having a pawn on e5. So I'm trying to, at the sake of a pawn, make sure that he can't play c5 and attack these guys. And I think it's kind of worked pretty well here. I think I'm going to play this. As in, I got this strong center for one mere pawn. Now, knight takes here is a mistake, but this is certainly a better way of doing it. And I'm now probably going to take and get a bishop to g5. But I'm really, the reason I sacked pawn is just to keep that pawn on e5. That pawn on e5 gives you very good attacking chances. And unlike a normal French, in a normal French, black would have a pawn here, right? He'd have a pawn on c5. And that pawn on c5 is annoying because it pressurizes me there. Okay, so on to this one, and we're just going to take this. I'm going to castle. I'm really not worried about him taking there because this bishop will keep his king trapped in the middle. And the reason I'm castling now is just in case he tries to trap my king. And my rook will come behind this strong pawn. And I've got little breaks like e6, which he's got to pay attention to. And I've got this square here. And I'm just thinking about this knight. Ideally, I'd like to get this knight over a field somewhere like f4 as well. So is it now time to come in, or do we want to move our knight so we have that as an option? So bishop, I think I'm not worried about queen here. No, bishop g5. My knight sits nicely there, stops him castling. And again, king safety, key in chess. My opponent's king at the moment is weaker than mine, but it's cost me a pawn. Normal move. I think I have to develop my knight. And I'm just waiting to see where he puts his king. And then we'll try to home in. Put our pieces near where he puts his king. What other follow-up moves am I thinking? Rook e1, maybe c4 to open in. In like Errol Flynn, Jimmy Billy. In like Mr. Flynn. Which way is he going to go with the king? Anyone want to put a little bet? Is he going to go king side? Is he going to go queen side? Is he going to leave his king in the middle? Which way is the man going to go? What do we think? He's gone king side. Okay, so now that he's done that, I'm going to put my rook here. Not necessarily to do this, but I want to bring my knight towards his king. He's told me where his king has gone. So let's try and move some guys around to get near it. Am I worried about f6? No. So we bring the knight towards his king. Okay, I don't really care what he's doing over there. It doesn't matter. Let's keep going towards his king. And the king is key. Now, I want to get my queen in on the dart squares, but I feel his bishop can be a good defender. Can it? Do we swap off bishops now or not? Let's swap it. Let's swap them off. And my queen now wants to get in on those dart squares, combined with my knights, which are ready to sacrifice and come in. And I've got this e6 move at the correct moment. So in we come. Knight h5. Big threat. e6, maybe a threat. He can't go rook h8 to stop knight h5 because he drops that little guy there. Now e6 just feels correct to me. I could go here first, but I mean e6. Do I need to? E6 just feels so correct, but we need to calculate in chess. E6. Okay, I don't need. I'm just going to play it. We can give a second pawn, but I want to stop his queen having the potential to come and defend. And at a cost of another pawn, we get this one in. Now, I really want to sacrifice here. It might be nonsense. We've also got this kind of idea as well. Now takes, check, king g7. Check again. Is he going to draw with me there? Okay, can we just come in? Okay, let's come in and give. We need one more piece before we sacrifice anything more. So I want to get my knight here and then take here. So he's coming back. Sensible stuff. But now the knight comes in. If he moves his bishop, I take on f7. I'm actually trying to. Okay, now it must be time. I can sacrifice here, maybe with the rook. And everything has just come together perfectly. This is now just... Everything worked very well in this game, actually. And yeah, I mean, we're just easily winning now. With a lot of time on our clock, we're... You know, it doesn't mean, again, when it's me, doesn't mean I'm going to win, but we are easily winning. So let's not cut. You're relaxing too much, Williams. Knight here. Okay, yeah, he's been a bit annoying, isn't he? I'm going cross vision here. Okay, this, and then bring the knight here. That's the way to win. So you can't move anything. Get your knight to f4. Okay, any threats? No, get the knight to f4 or bring it this way. And f4 looks like a great square for the knight, not because it just hits everything. Okay, that was a good game. I think that was actually I think that was like the smoothest game of the day, right? And a little boom because my throat is going. The sore throat is kicking in. But that kind of like everything kind of flowed very well there. The pieces kind of found good squares, and they just like, that was it, you know, just got to relax, and it all comes together. So I think we're on round 8 now, so we can still, if we win the last 3. Am I sick? I've got a bit of a sore throat, but I'm not that bad. I'm still going out later and stuff. It's fine. I'm not feeling ill. No, I'm not ill. Yeah, I mean, I think that was all right. That was good. So we can still get 7. We can, if we win the next 3, we've won like 6 in a row, and 7.5 out of 11 would be a good score, right? So it looked to me like I'm always doing okay. Now again, we shouldn't always just believe the computer blindly. This position, it says, is better for black, but I'm a pawn down. But all the pressure is going to be against black. It's very hard to play, and this is where, you know, a little bit of, you know, I suppose understanding comes into it. And you can already see that the computer is dropping a lot and starting to like my structure. And we just played very simply here, and we're just playing against his king. We're developing. I mean, all I'm trying to do is find the best squares for all my pieces, every single one of them, and keep an eye on his king. And it's kind of as simple as that. So we use our bishop, we develop it because we want this square for our knight. That's the simple thinking. We develop our knight, and now that his king's gone this way, we can decide that that knight goes towards his king. Had the king gone the other way, our knight might have gone this way. So this little cheeky number allowing the knight to come to g3, checkmate, ends the game. Bring them towards the king. Seer king, killer king. Well, the Ver Monster, that's very kind of you to say. I'm very happy with my 180 viewers. Thank you all so much for viewing. We got a nice little posse here. So thank you guys. And okay, well, the knight does come round, so here it is. So that's the next stage. And once he plays this, you can see the evaluation is creeping up. And I'm really looking now at a direct way to get my queen in, because my queen hasn't taken apart, and it looks like my queen trying to get into h6 seems like the right way to go, right? So the computer actually gives this very intriguing move, knight e2 here, but I wanted to keep my knight to attack here, and it looks like his bishop, if it gets back, might defend. This seems simple. And now the queen comes in. This has got to be okay. The queen wants to come in. A slight mistake from my opponent, because now after queen g5, he's got to deal with this. So he's got to move his king again. Now I really wanted to play knight takes h5 at some point, but if I play that move, his queen can come to g6 later on and defend. Hello, Bangi. It's going. Title Tuesday is going average. I've lost to 2 very strong players. We're on 4.5 out of 8. Look, it depends how the next 3 games go. All right. If the next 3 games go well, Title Tuesday will be all right. So we'll have to wait and see. So this next move, I think, is just a key. It's a very typical idea. You break the defense of the queen, but you also open up your rook that was trapped behind the pawn, and I got this square. Now after bishop f6, this is where I nearly played knight takes h5. It's one of those positions. It's one of those positions where you're like, oh, come on. It just looks so natural. Whip it off. Whip it off. But I've got to sometimes calm myself down. I've got my little eternal thought in my head basically saying, Simon, you're a lunatic. You know you're a lunatic. You're just a little bit mental. So sometimes just think. Just calm down. count to 5 before you throw pieces away, and then you realise, well, actually, this is a beautiful square for my knight. And after the queen sneaks its way in here, these knights are ready to come in. And look, everything is just perfectly placed here. Fluffy Bunny saying that's the move I would have played and lost with. It's very tempting, wasn't it, Fluffy Bunny, to take there? I don't blame you at all, but I didn't see anything clear cut. And when you see a move, I mean, it's not really that safe because I am like 2 pawns down, but it just seems like I'm going to really crash through. I mean, my basic idea is to check, but I might better take here later on and come over here with a queen. It looks, I think black is now, obviously, as the computer says, lost. He moves his king back to get out of this one. Doesn't make any difference. He can't move his bishop because I take here and take here. So he is completely lost now. And I have to admit, my first thought here was still to take this one. Let's say rook takes c3. But it's very clear rook takes here is easier. But knight takes h5 is a nice idea. Because the point is, if he takes, then I was thinking this one could be strong. But the computer now says I'm a complete idiot and that I've thrown away all my advantage. But this was like an idea that was floating around in my mind. But we go and have a look at the focal point of his defense, and it is f7. And what's the only thing defending f7? It's his bishop. If we take the knight, we lose our pressure on f7. So not even that complicated. We take the rook, and to be honest, like all the moves played in this game, they're pretty straightforward. I was just putting my pieces on good squares, aiming for his king, and you know, that was it really. Or not doing anything special. And of course the way he played was losing, but the tactical idea is if he takes, then queen and knight work very well together, and we can just finish off as such there. Calypso saying your Jabarva course took me from 1500 to 2100. Well, I'm very happy to hear that, Calypso. You might be interested to hear, I don't know which, I've done a Jabarva course for Ginger GM and also for Chessable. And at the moment, myself and my good friend Blair, we're filming another Jabarva course, which is our updated final Jabarva course of all time. I'll be sick of the Jabarva after this one. But we're doing an updated Jabarva course, which we're hoping will be released like in a couple of weeks. But keep an eye on Ginger GM for that, because the Jabarva is a very easy opening to play. It's very nice. You don't have to, we're trying to keep it very simple, but just put in all the updated lines in there. So it's all right. My throat is really going, you know, when you got the gravel at the back of the throat tickling away. Could be, yeah, we're gonna have to box it out later on. I'll go to this boxing club on Tuesdays with my friend. It's quite late actually, it's like 8 to 9 a.m, but it's quite good exercise and it's quite fun to hit things as well. so I don't know, you probably shouldn't go there with a cold coming on, but got to try to keep a little bit fit, haven't we? Especially as I drink too much beer. you gotta make up for it. Okay, well, looking at the scores, Hikaru's not up there anymore. Okay, he's kind of up there, but he's dropped 1.5 points, so he might not win it this time. And at the top we have, oh, I keep forgetting this guy's name. He's so strong. What's his name? We all know this guy, don't we? We all know this guy. Vladislav Artemev. So yeah, indeed. And it's good to see some, you know, some of the older guys. Gadakamsky up there. I don't know all the names. I don't know this Daniel Dardha. Obviously I know Dubov, but it's amazing how many strong players there are who I don't know so well of. And you've got the normal bunch of incredible players at the top there. I played this guy, didn't I, in 19th place? Oh, I don't want to watch them, thank you. And yeah, we've got 3 rounds to go, so we're just going to now wait. Only 3 to go, and hopefully we have a good end to the competition. Anyway, how are you all doing in the chat? So as we've got a break, we'll just wait for the next game. I've been analysing my games quite a lot today. It's sometimes nice to do that, right? You just want to know, you want to get the brain working in a proper way and know where you're thinking wrong. So I'm doing it more for my benefit. Okay, we're straight back in. So anyway, hello to you in the chat. Sorry if I haven't had a chance to say hello. Hello, Nicholas Sloan, who's just first time viewer, first time chatter. You can be brave. You can come in the chat. Right, after that last game, do we play this b6 again, or do we go to what is our good Dutch? I think I lost with it before. I'm gonna have to give it a go. The Dutch, obviously, I know very well, but I mean, we should know what to do now. We're getting the same variation. I like challenging myself. I know exactly what I'm doing in Dutch, but I want to keep learning. So I want to try out new openings as well. Okay. Now, I could take and take, but then he takes on h6, and that is weird. I could take this pawn. I could. Why am I thinking so much? This is like so stupid of me. Okay, I'm going to do this. It's the most complicated. And again, I'm overthinking things. Like I said earlier on, what I should be doing is just playing natural moves. You know, don't bloody overthink things. You know, overthinking is like one of my biggest things. Just play chess. You know, I know how to play chess. All I want to do, castle, get the rook there, develop my pieces, and go for the king. This is simple. Okay, we try to put the pieces on the best squares. I like this square for the knight. Or this, he's moving so quickly, this guy. But my position already, when I castle, looks fantastic. He can't move my knight. My bishop is sexy. And I'm going to get my rook here and my other rook here. Okay, let's castle. Let's not overthink. Come on. And let's now we can now really start hammering away at his king. I might use my h-pawn to come in. Okay, again, do we overthink? No, let's try to get the rook into d2. Okay, he's defending right along the back rank here, and amazing that he can do this. And okay, let's just improve our pieces for the time being. Is there any tactics against this one? It feels like there should be, but I can't see it at the moment. He wants to get this one here. Let's cut that out. Very quick, this guy. Very quick. I'm not sure his moves are the best, but he's very quick. I'm just wondering if I had a tactic there. Did I have a tactic followed by this? Fuck, I did. Ah, that was beautiful. Rook takes here. Rook takes. Rook d2. Ah, I knew I had a tactic there. My position was so good. It's not surprising. Can we do it now? Oh, I don't know if we can. Because there's a king g2. Okay, my position's too good. This is one of the problems. My position is actually so good. I don't know. What am I doing? I'm playing some shit moves now. Why don't I move that knight away from such a strong square? Simon. I don't know why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I saw this tactic. I'm now getting pissed off with myself. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. I've thrown away a lot of my advantage. My position was just so strong. I get really annoyed myself sometimes for, you know, seeing all, you know, I just had to spend another couple of seconds on that critical position, and he'd have to resign with that kind of basic tactic, right? So now we really got a game on, as in probably still better here, but we got to have to fight now in this position. All right, so I want this square for my knight, but what else do I want? So I kind of got some of that. He's going to be, I feel this guy's really quick. He didn't play very well at the start, but he's very quick, so I don't want to get in time trouble against him, because he'll be the favorite there. Now I'm trying to keep him a bit pinned up here. And okay, again, that feels like a very funny move to me. It feels like that there should be some issue with that move, but what it is, I can't see. Let's try to keep him pinned up. Maybe I can use this square for my knight. His queen's very badly placed, so as soon as I move this knight, his queen can find better squares. So don't need to rush that, but I mean, very tempted to play it anyway. Okay, let's do it. Got to play quicker. Should be some tactical ideas here. But, you know, he's pretty solid at the moment. Pretty solid. I'm going to move my knight back. I didn't like that idea that I came up with. I like his queen being out of play. So, okay, again. Oh, fuck's sake, Simon. Why are you playing like this? Oh, Jesus, man. Honestly, what am I doing? This is like, this game's really annoyed me. Just because, I mean, blundering like that is one thing, but I think I just annoyed myself by not playing that winning move. That was really stupid of me, not playing that winning move. And I've really just pissed myself off now. Ah, it was so easy. It was so easy. I haven't got a very good score, but it's opening, right? I can't blame it on the opening. Can't blame it on the opening. Idiotic stuff. Just simple tactics. Oh well, such is life. And I'm playing on more out of just annoyance than anything else at the moment. You know, I mean, I probably shouldn't be playing on, but we'll play on a little bit. He's got so many ways to win this. It's a bit sickening. And you know, he's spending a little bit of time. So we will just throw things around. I mean, I'm not getting my hopes up because that'd be crazy, right? But it's kind of like better than it was because it was shit. And it's now better than shit. It's just mildly crap. As in, it's still pretty shit, right? But, you know, I've got a pawn there. It's just mildly shit now. Mildly shit. I've got one pawn. I've got one annoying pawn. And it's funny, isn't it? I've got a queen. Fucking hell. How the fuck did I get a queen? How the fuck did I get a queen here? How did that happen? Jesus. Oh no! Oh, that is just so typical. Totally forgot about the clock. Oh my words. Oh, I totally forgot about the clock. I kind of just didn't believe I was winning that one. Yeah, that's my stream over. Oh my god. I mean, I was just like, I mean, that was an appalling game. I think there's the only way to sum that up. Absolutely appalling. Oh. Yeah, I mean, at the end, I just had to move quicker. I mean, I'm a queen up, right? So, you know, I'm not thinking here. I'm just like, I mean, this is winning. Obviously, I can take his queen as well. I just play any move. I'm a queen up, yeah? Yeah, the queen is hanging, but I'm just gone. Okay, well, look, I'll show you where I could have won that one. As it was annoying me at the time. Because everything was going all right, and my position is so fantastic here. It annoyed me that I didn't win straight away. This is such a brilliant position. I mean, this is still okay. And just play rook takes f3, which I saw after I played it, and that annoyed me that I didn't play it already. But this was like, why didn't I play that fucking move? And the whole point is rook here, bang, game over. And I've got 2 minutes on my clock. I'm going to win this position. So of course you see that, but you see it one move late. And even here, I might better play it. No, I don't want to look at that game. Thanks. I'm sure it's a great game, but I don't want to look. And even here, I'm like, well, maybe I can play. Maybe I can play this now, but I was like so annoyed myself. I didn't want to play it now. What's wrong with me? So if I played it now, I was thinking that after this move, rook here, he might be able to play king here, and this was confusing me. But of course, I can just take, and I got this one, and this is very simple. And this is a really nice way to win the game. So, very frustrating. And I was getting more and more frustrated with myself. And this move I was also just annoyed about. Because why am I moving my knight away from such a great square? I want to get it here, but I realised that it's more important to stop this bishop coming in. So, you know, just double up. So I was getting, I kind of just like, I was just like kicking myself. Every move I played, I was like, idiot. And I played another bad move. It's like, oh no, you really are an idiot. Why are you playing so bad? You play a move and you see the win after, and you're like, oh god, you're such an idiot, such a damn idiot. So anyway, such happens to me on a regular basis. I'm going to call it a day there, because I think that's enough. That's enough torture for one day, right? I don't think we need to torture ourselves anymore. Let's get ready for one of these days. We will have a good title Tuesday, but I have no idea when it will be. Whether it will be next week or in a year's time, I can't tell you. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully my throat will get better and I don't have a cold. And cheers. Is Ivanka streaming? Oh, okay. What is Ivanka's handle? Let's give her a raid. I don't know what her handle is. So someone could tell me what her handle is. I haven't seen her. So tell me her handle and we'll give her a raid. Yovi Huska. Okay, so this is great. So stay here. We're gonna see my good friend playing. And wish her the best of luck. Tell her I'm not hanging around because I may jump off a cliff. No, I won't do that. It's only chess. Chess is not the end of the world. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good day, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully. Cheers for tuning in. Bye for now.